Desire is not what society has told you. It is not just chemistry, not just fleeting emotion. For men, desire often begins with sight, and this truth unsettles many people. They say men are shallow. They say men only look. But the reality is deeper, older, carved into human history. Male desire has always been tied to vision, to what is seen before it is touched. This is not weakness. It is not immaturity. It is the natural wiring of men whose survival depended on noticing, scanning, and acting. What was once protection of the tribe now appears as attraction. So the question is not whether male desire is more visual. The question is, how do you master it? How do you rise above instinct, turning raw impulse into controlled strength? I will show you timeless principles drawn from Stoicism, psychology, and the reality of male nature that explain why sight ignites desire and how a man can rule himself instead of being ruled. Weakness is surrendering to the eyes. Strength is using sight without losing reason. The man who is ruled by what he sees will always be reactive, chasing shadows, never finding peace. But the man who trains his mind to govern what his eyes consume becomes unshakable. He sees beauty, yet stays composed. He recognizes temptation, yet walks past it with calm strength. Lesson 1 is simple. Desire without discipline is slavery. Your eyes can chain you if you let them wander uncontrolled, but they can also sharpen you if guided by intention. The Stoics understood this. Epictetus said we cannot control external appearances, only our judgments about them. To desire blindly is to give power to others. To master desire is to regain freedom. Male desire is often visual because men are hunters by nature. The eyes were their first weapon, scanning the horizon for opportunity, scanning the environment for danger. That instinct never left. But in the modern world, the battlefield is no longer the savannah. The battlefield is your mind. What you choose to consume through your eyes determines the strength of your desire. Weak men let their eyes dictate their actions. They scroll endlessly, chase endlessly, stare endlessly, hoping vision alone will satisfy the emptiness inside. It never does. It only deepens their hunger. Strong men understand that visual desire is a signal, not a command. It tells you something, exists, but it does not tell you what to do. Your reason decides the action. Lesson 2. Chasing the image weakens you. The more you react impulsively to what you see, the more you train your mind to be led instead of to lead. Think about it. A man who cannot control his gaze cannot control his life. He will chase every distraction, every passing beauty, every flicker of attention, like a slave to sight. Stoicism teaches restraint, not denial. It does not tell you to blind yourself. It tells you to discipline yourself. See clearly, but do. Not fall blindly. Recognize beauty, but do not lose reason. There's a difference between noticing and needing. To notice beauty is human. To need beauty, to feel alive, is weakness. A strong man separates the two and holds himself steady. Lesson 3. Vision can be transformed into clarity. What you see does not have to chain you. It can instead sharpen you, reminding you of your values and your direction. When you see something that stirs desire, ask yourself, does this lead me closer to my purpose, or does it pull me away from it? The answer reveals your discipline. Most men fall because they never ask the question. They chase, they grasp, they beg. In chasing the external, they lose the internal. They trade control of their minds for the illusion of possession. Lesson 4. Real power is calm in the presence of beauty. A man who can appreciate what he sees without losing his frame radiates strength. Women feel it. Men respect it. The world Notice, is it? Think of Marcus Aurelius walking through Rome, surrounded by temptations, surrounded by indulgence, yet his journal speaks of restraint, of clarity, of remembering that all appearances fade. That is masculine mastery. The world will always show you images. The marketplace thrives on your gaze, but if you allow every sight to control you, you will live like a puppet pulled by invisible strings. Lesson 5. Self-mastery begins with what you consume. Guard your eyes as you would guard your mind. What you repeatedly look at becomes the pattern of your desire, and the pattern of your desire becomes your destiny. If you feed your eyes with illusions, you will crave illusions. If you feed your eyes with strength, discipline, and purpose, you will crave challenge, growth, and greatness. That is why strong men are careful with what they watch, what they follow, what they admire. They know sight is the gatekeeper of the soul. They filter what enters. Weakness says, I cannot help it, my eyes just wander. Strength says, I choose what I focus on, and I choose what I ignore. That choice is the essence of manhood. Lesson 6. A man's true desire must be directed inward before it reaches outward. To crave beauty without building yourself is like admiring fire without learning to control its heat. It burns you. Build your strength, your frame, your character first. Then, what you see does not overpower you. You can appreciate beauty, respect it, and even attract it without being enslaved by it. Women are naturally intuitive to this difference. They feel when a man's desire is desperate and reactive. They also feel when a man's desire is calm and controlled. The second always commands more respect. Lesson 7. Desire without balance destroys intimacy. If a man only sees and never feels deeper, he reduces connection to surfaces. But when vision is balanced with reason and values, desire deepens into strength. Stoicism never denied desire. It demanded mastery of it. Male desire may begin with vision, but it does not have to end there. It can evolve, guided by wisdom, into something unshakable. The truth is this: a man ruled by vision is predictable. A man who rules his vision is unstoppable. The difference is not biology. The difference is discipline. Control does not mean repression. Control means direction. You do not close your eyes to the world, you open them wider, but you choose how to respond with composure, clarity, and power. When others are distracted by what they see, you stay focused on what you are becoming. When others chase endlessly, you walk calmly. When others lose control, you remain unbroken. This is masculine strength. The ability to live in a world filled with images, illusions, and temptations, yet remain the master of yourself. Not blind, not numb, but disciplined and alive. So why is male desire often more visual? Because men are wired as seekers through sight. But why do some men fall while others rise? Because not all men master what they are given. The hunter who never learns. Discipline will starve chasing shadows. The hunter who learns restraint secures his prey with patience, focus, and strength. That is the difference between boy and man. Your task is not to deny your nature. Your task is to master it, to use the gift of vision as a tool, not a prison, to guide your desire instead of being guided by it. Philosophical wrap-up. Control your mind, not others. The world will never stop showing you what is beautiful, tempting, and distracting. But it is not the world's duty to restrain itself. It is yours. Your eyes may notice, but your mind must judge. Your instincts may pull, but your reason must decide. That is the Stoic path, the masculine path, the path of freedom. And here is the final truth. The man who commands his desire commands his destiny. The man who rules his sight rules his soul. The man who walks calmly always walks stronger. So, brother, the choice is yours. Stay weak, let your eyes rule you, and remain a prisoner of surfaces. Or step into mastery, rule your vision, and rise. Above every illusion, If this message struck you, if you felt the call to rise above weakness, then it's time to act. Discipline your eyes, discipline your mind, build yourself into the man who cannot be shaken. Subscribe for more wisdom. Share this with a man who needs to hear it. Leave a comment below about how you plan to master your vision. Your journey starts now.